Valheim changed me. At first, I was like, let me just play this game and reach the Bronze Age. After all, a lot of people are talking about how it is the entryway to the fun of Valheim. How hard could it be? At first, I was oblivious to the fact that these challenges that I face will change something inside of me. But before I get started on that, let's start from the beginning. I was dropped in this unfamiliar world. My guide? A bird who gives information whenever I got my hands on something new. Apparently in this world, I need to kill the Forsaken in order for me to ascend to Valhalla. That would mean that I will also need some equipment. Luckily, this world offers a lot for me. There are thousands of trees, perfect for building house and tools. A lot of wild animals for my needs. I was just in awe, wandering around and appreciating this beautiful place. But beyond its beautiful aesthetics, something ominous is hiding. But at the time, it looked so peaceful, and even I thought to myself that maybe getting to the Bronze Age isn't that far off. After all, I just need to kill the first Forsaken, take its antler, and I would be able to grab myself a bunch of copper and tin and create bronze tools. If only it was that simple. But I am getting ahead of myself again. Let's first talk on how I even managed to kill the first Forsaken, 8 tier. My first thought upon arriving at this world is that I want some tools to help me survive here. So I tried punching wood and it worked. Then Hagin here taught me how to craft an axe. I was also taught on how food system work in this world. Commonly, food works by filling a hunger bar, but here it was different. Each food have their own class, for health, stamina, or both, signified by this fork color. They are more like a buff instead of providing direct healing or adding more stamina. After that, I noticed that this place is huge, but my map is full of fog. Therefore, I decided to explore in hopes that I will find something useful. While walking around, I spotted and got attacked by a grey lynx. They seem intimidating but they are weak, so I took care of it really quickly. Then after walking some more, I encountered a skeleton. I tried to kill it because of how fragile the grey lynx are, but it seems like this one is on a new whole level because it just one-shot me. I hope that skeletons are something I don't need to deal in order to reach the Bronze Age. Luckily in this world, you can respawn. The gods are really merciful. But anyway, Hagen here told me to create a bed in order for me to create a spawn point. So I grabbed a few logs and created myself a hammer, then start looking for a place to build. So I created one.
Every morning up with the sun. Bubble bath, you know I love to blow some big ones.
I mean, it's not anything fancy by any means. It doesn't even have a floor or anything, but I'll still call it home. After that, I decided that it is time for some food. I am also eyeing this boar and deer because I know that they could help me create more tools and equipment with their skins. And unbeknownst to myself, this is going to start something new. Right now, I am still not armed to do a proper hunting session. That is why I just usually walk straight to them and smack them to pieces. While out and about, I was also gathering everything I can, like these berries right here. But after some time, something became really prominent. Boars are easy to hunt because they would literally attack you. But a deer on the other hand, they are easily startled. Once you make a noise or just simply get spotted by them, they would run away. On top of that, they are not easy to chase either. So I need to find something that would help me. And then while cooking my hand of the day, I noticed that in my crafting table, I have this, a crude bow. And this is huge because instead of sneaking around, I could just shoot my prey from the distance. I just need 8 leather scraps and some wood and I would be able to obtain the greatest hunting tool. So I began hunting. And after a few minutes of just mercilessly killing boars, I can finally craft a bow. Then for arrows, I just need the wooden ones because they are cheap. Then it's time to try it out. At first, I was missing every shot. I don't account for the distance and various stuff like that. But I felt happy. Something inside me just clicked to the point where I tried to shoot anything that is alive. Anything moving is a new target practice for me. I even managed to learn how the shooting a bow works, the compensating for the trap, the arrow, air, and all that stuff, and I got really good at it. I even spent days just hunting without any goal or reason. And because of this much hunting, I get so much stuff on me. Therefore, I decided to have a storage system so that I at least could dump all of this loot into one place. For a moment, everything was going fine. I was slowly getting acclimated to this kind of lifestyle, but I noticed something. I am way too comfortable. I felt like I was not making any progress. I felt like I was wasting time. Then it hit me that maybe this is what hindering me from progression. Not just in game, but in real life too. I always run away from difficult things and I think that is the reason why I'm stuck. Why I can't achieve anything great. Well, enough about me. Let's save that for later at the end of the video. Upon realizing that I am getting comfortable in a bad way, I decided to progress. But I noticed something really important that I should have done earlier. I don't have any armor or any clothing whatsoever. And this is bad because earlier my guide Hagens told me to prepare as the 8 tier is one mighty beast. I can't be unprepared when dealing with something like that. So I pick up my bow again. Sorry, I just can't put this thing down. And search for a deer so that I could craft my first bit of armor, the leather set. This might be a weak armor compared to the others, but I still need all the help that I can get. And after an hour or so of being an archery master, it is finally time to create some armor, and then I prepared for the fight with the deer. But while traveling to the sacrificial stone, something emerged from the forest. It's a troll. Luckily, I was prepared with weapon and armor, so I think this is a good benchmark to see if I am ready to face my first Forsaken. This is not a bad set of gear, but I feel like I could increase my firepower some more. That is why I crafted some fire arrow to literally increase my firepower. Get it? Luckily, I got some feathers from all those necks that I've been hunting and a lot of resins from Greylings. And with that, I think it's time to finally face 8 tier and finally grab that one missing tool that would allow me to advance to the Bronze Age, the antler pickaxe. While traveling to the location and build by touching the stone, I will explain why I need this pickaxe. If you're not familiar with Valheim, during these few hours of gameplay, I still have no pickaxe. Currently, I don't have the ability to mine anything. That is why all the rocks obtained are from pebbles scattered on the ground. So now that I am here, I sacrificed 2 deer trophy and started the fight. 8 tier had 3 moves. This lightning bolt type thing, shove attack, and lightning blast. I made those names up so don't quote me on their accuracy. Thanks! So, I adopt a technique that is proven to work since the dawn of man. Poke and run method. I mean, what do you expect from me? I'm terrified of this thing. Just look at how large it is compared to the deer I was hunting before. Plus, it has electric power. Nope, not even the greatest warrior is gonna mess with that. Anyway, after a few hit and run moments, I finally killed it, and with that, marked a new chapter in this journey. Time to get that bronze label, baby! But I had to do something first. I want to offer its head to the sacrificial stone so that Odin could recognize me. After that ceremonious event, I headed home and crafted an antler pickaxe. But there is another problem. I don't know where to find the ores, cause I've been exploring this world for a couple of days already and I haven't left the meadows yet. So that got me thinking, maybe it's in another biome or something. Therefore, I decided to embark on a journey that would hopefully point me to the right direction. So, I went back to the sacrificial stone and traveled south of it. But after traveling for a while, I found water. So I decided to follow the coast in hopes that maybe I can get a good sense of how large the island is. At this point, I stopped looking for a new biome. But as luck would have it, I somehow stumbled upon a black forest. At the time, I didn't know that this place is full of dangerous monsters. All I know is that this place has skeletons. After being overwhelmed by a ton of them, I decided to leave this place because I felt like they would be able to kill me if I stay any longer. While trying to leave this place, I get followed by a ton of grey dwarf. They are basically a stronger version of a greylings. I think I made the right decision of leaving the forest because look how powerful they are. They are tanking every shot I make and they also fought in groups. After kiting them around and shooting them one by one, I went home and created a plan. I know that I am weak compared to these mobs, and I don't want that weakness to hinder me from achieving something. Therefore, I decided to create an outpost of some sort near the Black Forest. So, I began by chopping some wood. While I was doing that, I found something really interesting, a burial chamber. Apparently, this has a lot of riches from a long lost civilization. At the time, I don't know how important those riches are in achieving my goal, so I decided to ignore it for now and just place a marker instead, in case I need it for later. Then I went back to building this outpost. This place is not going to be a proper home like the one I had before, because the sole purpose of this is to provide a safe space, a respawn point, and a temporary storage for anything I found inside the Black Forest. Then after depositing some things I won't need while exploring, I headed straight to Black Forest, in hope that maybe this is where I find the copper and tins. But what I found are grey dwarfs just hanging around. Then after a while, I encountered a bear, and I was like, I've already killed a troll with a wooden arrow, and I've also killed Eitir, a literal boss in this game. A bear couldn't possibly beat me, especially when I have my flame arrows, right? Why is everything at the Black Forest scary and hard? Did I accidentally went to a place that I am not supposed to be? Did I play through this correctly? I still don't have any copper or tin. Maybe I'll need to find a new place. Maybe, just maybe, this is not the way to progress in Valheim. So I picked a direction and decided to walk down that path in order to find this salvation of mine. I had an uneventful journey, but I found this rock and mined it out because I thought that this might be a copper vein. But unfortunately, it is just a regular stone. I also did that to those stone alongside this river, but to my disappointment, it is just another normal boring stone. At this point, I am kinda losing faith if I can really make it. I even stopped the recording because I thought maybe this is actually impossible. I went to this challenge with little to no information. I just know the following. If you want bronze, you need copper and tin. The problem is that I don't know where to get it. Maybe I'll just end the run here. Maybe I will just say, not all story and in a happy ending. But I am already in the middle of this journey, so I just push through. Maybe in the end of this dark tunnel, I will find a light. But as the sun sets, I decided to create a camp using this structure right here. After making some changes to it, I just left and continued my journey. After a while, I found a black forest again. But not long after entering this forest, I found something, a tin ore deposit, and I immediately mined it. Finally, some progress. Maybe I am in the right path, but it just looks wrong because I don't know what I am doing. Then Hagen here told me that to process them, I need certain cores that are found beneath the earth. Well, let's put that on the side for now and focus on something new. I just realized that this is way too far from my home. I don't want to constantly run back from here to there whenever I need to deposit something, so I decided to create a house right here. But something became really apparent. The locals hate me. Be it a skeleton or a grey dwarf, they just attack me whenever I am in their visible range. So I need to make compromise and build it just outside of the Black Forest. I really want to do it besides it, but I don't have the time, and besides, I don't think I will really find anything. But after constructing it, I removed all of my stuff with me and just bought a couple of torches and decided to look around the Black Forest, just in case I missed something. While exploring, I found this. I didn't notice this before, but it is a copper deposit. So once I respawned, I brought my trusted pickaxe and bring it with me. But I also found another copper vein on the way. I think I already found a lot of copper deposit. I just don't know what they look like. And it is true, this is actually a copper deposit. So I tried to mine it, but I noticed that the locusts are sensitive to sound. So I decided to head home first because I don't want to risk it any longer. I went back the next day, but while mining, I saw that the night is approaching. Therefore, I decided to retreat on a nearby open area and make a camp. Just a place to sleep the night. Then once I woke up, I realized that this place is right beside the Black Forest. And if you remember, I told earlier that I want to have a base like that. Let's look at the view. It is pretty, right? So for the I don't know time, I decided to build a base here again. But this time, this is going to be my main one. I even invested in some boars so that I could farm them in the future. While I was building, something became apparent. This place is frequently visited by grey dwarfs. I don't mind them as long as they don't touch my boars. After I finished building the house, I noticed that my boars are now tamed. Then while I was going about my day, I heard something weird over my boar pen. It is being attacked by a grey dwarf. So I immediately took care of them and added a stronger fence. But I ran out of wood, so for the meantime I am just going to look over them. Those grey dwarfs don't attack often, so it's fine, right? So the next day, I petted them to show them some much deserved love because of that traumatizing event from before. And I named them Thomas and Sebastian because I don't want to accidentally kill them. They are literally my first pet in this world. Then while I was training my archery skill, something told me that the forest is moving. I don't know what that is, so I just kinda ignore it. But then, I noticed that there are 3 grey dwarfs attacking me. So I pulled out my torch and once I turned around, there are more. I tried attacking them, but their number is just too great and they killed me. After recovering my stuff, I noticed that they are attacking my pen, so I tried to get their attention but I soon died. Then while retrieving my stuff, I noticed that my pen is empty. I can't believe it. They actually killed Thomas and Sebastian. I promised that I won't kill them. So after driving out the last attacker, I decided to cut down trees out of frustration. I don't know what to do. Is this what you want, Odin? What did I do to deserve this? Because of what happened, I decided to fortify my base. And in order to do that, I need to get to the Bronze Age. But the problem is that I know where to get the ores. I just don't have the proper equipment to process them. So I decided to find the circling cores Hagen mentioned earlier. Before I left, I first renovated the pen to make sure that they won't be attacked easily. Then I captured 2 boars again. Then, it is finally time to head to that burial chamber I found earlier. After arriving at the burial chamber, I saw that I already have an outpost ready in this place. Wasting wood ain't so bad now. So I used it for this mission. Then I started hunting for those core. But after all of that, I only managed to grab 8 cores, meaning I still need 2 because kills and smelter take 5 each. So back home, I decided to look for more burial chamber near my place. And I found this structure in the Black Forest. I didn't know what it was, so I entered it and it's freaking burial chamber. I don't have my gear with me this time, so I died. While heading back, I found another copper deposit, literally just a couple of meters away from my base. This would be a game changer since I don't have to risk going deeper inside the Black Forest for copper. So I marked it on my map and went back to the burial chamber, and I managed to grab 3 from this one. So I crafted both the kiln and the smelter and went to work. So it is time. I finally have everything. I just need to craft it. And after 15 hours and 53 minutes, I finally entered the Bronze Age. So how did this game change me? Nothing much. It just taught me that pain and defeat can make you achieve your goal. I also realized that I shouldn't avoid those, but instead learn from it. So I hope you do that too. Oh, by the way, if you reach this far, can you please add this to your comment? Odin was here, just to mess with others. Please like and subscribe. Thanks!